viewers live to Arlington, Virginia, where the Amistad Project is holding a press briefing with 3 whistleblowers who have evidence of widespread voter fraud. Let's listen in.
Several whistleblowers is releasing evidence of intentional fraudulent conduct to improperly influence the 2020 election. This evidence includes eyewitness accounts, eyewitness corroboration, and the review and assessment of tangible evidence, which supports and corroborates the statements of witnesses. Moreover, there are institutions and persons available to you who hold within their possession or within their knowledge, who can easily decide to be forthcoming and confirm the sworn statements of these whistleblowers and the other evidence which we are releasing today. Many of the people who can answer these questions thus far have refused access to the information. They have refused access to data or to share personal experiences. Refusal in such instances is done for a reason. People engage in conduct for a reason. People refuse to speak and decide to not be forthcoming. They do it for a reason. Generally, this refusal comes down to 1 or 2 reasons or a mixture of both. They are afraid, or they have done something or participated in something which they do not want others to know about. You will hear evidence detailing how 130,000 to 280,000 completed ballots which persons or a person or a machine completed, put in the envelope, placed return addresses on, and then those ballots, 130,000 to 280,000, were transported from Bethpage, New York, into Lancaster, Pennsylvania, where they disappeared on October 21st of this year. Let me restate that again. This evidence demonstrates, and it's through eyewitness testimony that's been corroborated by others through their eyewitness statements, that 130,000 to 280,000 completed ballots for the 2020 general election were shipped from Bethpage, New York, to Lancaster, Pennsylvania, where those ballots and the trailer in which they were shipped disappeared. Also, the evidence that we have obtained indicates that on several occasions, completed ballots were shipped from a postal facility in Bethpage, New York, a postal facility that has no mail processing role in the United States Postal Service, a postal service facility that has no ability to receive incoming mail because it does not have the machines to process that mail, a postal service facility which, from persons that we've spoken with, has no basis to have completed ballots on its premises. This evidence demands investigation. This evidence demands answers. The American people deserve such answers. We have and we are in the process of sharing this information with law enforcement. We have been contacted and we have communicated with offices for the FBI as well as United States attorneys in various jurisdictions in this nation. We have also been in contact with local prosecutors who are aware of some of our evidence. I can't speak to the scope of their investigations or to the status of their investigations. With me today are, on my right, on your left, Colonel Tony Schaefer. Colonel Schaefer has been our lead investigator for the Amistad Project, and he also accompanied me in our interview and debriefing with Mr. Jesse Morgan, who is seated next to him, who will share his story today. And Colonel Schaefer will also explain some of what Jesse will tell you that he saw and experienced on October 21st. To my left is Ethan Pease. Ethan Pease worked for a subcontracting firm for the United States Postal Service. And he's going to relate to you a story that occurred in Wisconsin when he arrived at a postal facility. Madison? Thank you, Ethan. In Madison, Wisconsin, and by two separate people on two separate days was informed that ballots were being gathered on November 4th and backdated on November 3rd, tens of thousands of ballots to be delivered and counted by postal workers in that facility. To my left and to your far right is Gregory Stenstrom. Mr. Stenstrom is a computer expert. He also was a poll watcher in Delaware County. During that process, and he will describe this for you, and he's also testified, I believe, before the Pennsylvania legislature recently, he will describe to you how he was denied access. All of you know those stories. And again, I just want to mention that people deny access for a reason. They don't follow the law for a reason. And denying access to the counting room was a violation of law. We've experienced an unprecedented election in American history where America was kicked out of the counting room. All of us remember looking at the hanging chads and the dimpled chads and debating what the intent of the voter was, and that is right for America to participate in that debate. For the first time in our nation's history, in our urban core, in swing states, America was kicked out of the counting room. And you must ask, why? Why?